Welcome back. I have another drink.
As
I
do
don't know if
I.
that's good or bad.
Always good.
There we go. And man, so we are so incredibly humbled to have the founder,
Co-founder.
co-founder. I had a feeling it was that, but I wanted to make sure. Co-founder of Art Beyond the Glass.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
part of the reason that we are all here. This gentleman and his other co-founder, I think it was Claire.
No, that's Zara Bates.
Zara Bates.
Who cannot be here today,
Yes.
sadly.
Sorry that you were not able to make it, but beautiful message
Yes.
that you shared with all of us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for everything you've done to get us here.
Mhm.
But now we're going to turn it over to Daniel and just humbly say thank you for coming on
Thank
the
you
show
so much, Daniel.
and for having
My
us.
honor. Absolutely my honor.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for starting this founding 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we are today. We're the industry perspective. We're just honored to be here. And we can't thank you enough for starting this event. And
Co-started.
co-starting
Co-started with
co-starting
Zara.
this event, and also just welcoming us into the space
Mhm.
to continue to move it forward and just share what we can with it and gain
Thank
what we
you.
can from it. But just tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into the industry, and what kind of started the idea of Art Beyond the Glass for you?
Well, let's start with the how and the why of
Okay.
Art Beyond the Glass.
Okay.
So, at the time, Zara was the bar manager at Providence, which is now a 3 Michelin-starred restaurant in Los Angeles. But at the time, the first time that they earned 2 Michelin stars, she was the bar manager, and which was already a huge thing, because the first thing that happens when you walk into Providence is the bar, and with Michelin, it's always the entire experience.
Mhm.
So for the bar to be the first thing you see, that's huge. And she ran that bar by herself with no barbacks. And I got to know her, and we were out for drinks, and we were just talking. This was in 2011, and we were just talking about how so many of her peers and people that I know, um, they had other pursuits besides bartending, creative pursuits.
Yeah.
And we quickly came up with a list of like 24 bartenders slash artists slash DJs slash musicians. And by coincidence, our bartender, Brian Butler, we're like, Brian, do you do anything artistic? He's like, yeah, I graduated from Otis as a graphic designer. We're like, oh, proof of concept.
Okay.
And then by the time we went to our second stop, we were thinking, okay, maybe there's an opportunity to create some kind of festival that celebrates LA bartenders and their artistry. We didn't think we were going to do it. We thought, oh, somebody will do
We're
this.
just like the.
It's a great idea, and like somebody else will do it.
Yeah.
And this was like in November of 2011, and then by January, we'd already spread the word, like, oh, we're thinking about maybe that there should be some kind of festival that celebrates LA bartender artists. And by January, people were asking me and Zara, like, hey, when's this festival happening? Because we're like, oh shit.
Oh, that was us? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
And Zara did not want to do it. And as she said before, I had to drag her kicking and screaming to do to do the first one, because it was our idea.
Yeah.
It was our baby, right?
Yeah.
And so she actually found the space. Our friend Giovanni ran the space called Sadie, and it's been our model ever since. Like, okay, know somebody that works at this bar or venue and get it donated. So Giovanni donated the space, this huge indoor-outdoor venue in Hollywood, donated, because they had just opened, so they wanted to get some PR. And we never done this before, so people are like, what the hell is this? Okay. But so it but everything just started coming together. It's crazy how that happens, you know, when you have an idea and you put it out in the world, it just comes
It's
together.
like people were waiting for you guys to come up with that idea for them to fly.
And people were like, yeah. And so like when they started asking, like, when's this happening? We're
Yeah.
like, I guess we're doing it. So you know what I mean?
figure it out at that
That's
point.
phenomenal. That's
And
phenomenal.
that's the thing about such a great idea like that.
Mhm.
It takes on a life of its own.
And I will tell you, so for the first one, because we had never done it before, we had this like we had a meeting, just me and Zara, and we're just like writing down our wish list of bartenders and brands.
Yeah.
And at the top of the brand list is Del Maguey Mezcal. And I don't know if you guys know Del
Yeah,
Maguey. Yeah, and Ron Cooper, like before he founded Del Maguey, he was a legendary artist. So he already had like he has like artwork in LACMA and Mocha, like the Tate Mod, like
A lot of places I can't spell.
yeah, and like so he like they're all acronyms, but like he was already a legendary artist. He could have retired already, and but he launched a mezcal called Del Maguey, and his friend did all the labels for the artwork, and that was like that's like the epitome of art behind the glass, right? And so we both, me and Zara, both put Del Maguey at the top of the list. And this was on, I will never forget this, but this was on a Saturday night, 2011, and I had some Vita and copitas. So poured a couple copitas, Stigi Bail,
Yeah.
and we just went to work on the actual list, right? The next day, Sunday, there was a press event. I forget the name of the restaurant now, of course, but it was sponsored by Del Maguey. And Ron Cooper walks in. And I didn't know if he remembered me, but I'd met him several times at like Tales of the Cocktail and other events. And, he was sponsoring, so all the cocktails featured Del Maguey. And it was called Playa. And he walks in and he always wears a white, he's like, I'm not a tall guy, but he's like a midget. He's like 5 foot and always wears a white silk shirt. And he walks in and I go, hi, Ron, like, I don't know if you remember me. He's like, Daniel, how are you? I'm like, okay, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign.
Yeah.
And I pitched it to him. I'm like, so me, and he knows Zara. And I go, Ron, me and Zara had this idea about doing like cocktails and artists. And he's like, whatever you need.
Wow. You sold.
He was in.
Yeah.
So we had Del Maguey as our first ever sponsor.
Hell yeah.
And then our friend Julian Cox was the head bartender then at Playa, and he was at the top of our bartender list. So I go, hey, Julian. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm in. So get our number ones checked off. I'm like, Zara, we're on.
Yeah,
so that's how it all started.
And then at this point, 13 years in, like what keeps you continuing to do it and continuing to put this on every year?
I mean, there's always this like turnover of like this year, like with that legacy team. I don't know if you guys have been, but like there's some OGs, like some old friends.
We had to go pay homage to Carrie.
Yeah.
Carrie and Kiwa.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason we're here. Carrie brought me for the first time to Art Beyond the Glass in 2022.
Okay.
And so I was her little helper walking around passing out shots.
Nice.
And I wasn't able to make it in 23. But we all came in 24 and like shot a couple things as much as we could. And you know how the industry is. Like I hadn't seen Carrie in months, and I see her here, and I was like, I knew I was going to see her. The same thing with today. I knew I was going to see her today. But just through those connections, eventually, Kiwa came into my bar downtown.
Okay.
And
wait, where are you at?
I'm at Shushu Baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm at Shushu Baby downtown.
Okay.
And Kiwa came in, and I talked to her, and then through conversation, she had agreed to come on the show, and then eventually she came on, and when I talked to her then, I was like, I could really, because I've been trying to get here since 2022.
Okay, gotcha.
Ever since I came into this space, because when Carrie asked me to, like basically bar back for her that day, I knew nothing about it. I'd been out here barely a year.
Wow.
I moved from one bar to a second bar. So, I hadn't moved around, but, still getting my bearings a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I can't wait to just get in there and learn more. And then I got here and I saw everything. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And we had already started this podcast a month or so before.
Okay.
And all I could think is how much fun it would be to be here and just get here. And now we're here.
Right on.
Shout out to the Legacy team.
Yeah.
Shout out to Keela. Shout out to Carrie.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Delmagay because that was the first mezcal I ever had.
Oh, yeah. For many people, yes.
Delmagay was my first mezcal, and this was at the time when I was living in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
And it is hard to get agave spirits up there.
Really?
Especially mezcal. Okay. So moving from Phoenix in 2018 to Seattle in 2018, I thought agave spirits would be plentiful. I get up there to barely find it. And I had never heard of mezcal at the time. And the store right down the street from my house was right there, and I just saw this bottle. This is gorgeous. This is new. Mezcal. I want to try it. And that was my first mezcal. So to have that and then have that all tied together.
And Carrie is like the agave queen, so you have no better introduction to that world than Carrie Han. And that legacy team. I mean, we have Kiowa. We also have Brent Falco, who is running the bar at Cole's, and and she was managing Carrie and Zara Bates, which is crazy. I don't know if you guys have been to Cole's in downtown LA. It's Philippe's and Cole's claim to have originated the French dip.
Okay.
So I've heard about
that rivalry. Yeah. So Philippe's is in Chinatown, and that is like the place for Dodgers fans. Cole's is in I actually don't know what neighborhood they call it now, but it's in a sketchier area.
It's like right outside of Skid Row.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Outside of Fashion District.
Yeah. It's in that.
You could consider it fashion.
Yeah, historic core, I guess. But I mean, that's where the Varnish used to be inside, and sadly that closed. But and I mean, like Brent was running a world-class team, but everybody was talking about the Varnish. Meanwhile, the bar up front, the Red Car Bar at the Coles, was Carrie Han, well, Brent managing, but then Carrie Han, Zara Bates. We also had Christopher Day. I mean, it was, to be honest, it was like the team. I mean, I guess I can go on the record, but like, it was a better bar at the time than the Varnish. Everybody was talking about the Varnish.
Yeah, I remember when I first moved to LA in 2011. Everyone was talking about the Varnish.
Yeah, and it won Best Bar in America, and it was a world-class bar.
Yes.
But I would inevitably veer to the right to go to the Red Car Bar because they're my homies, and just have a great drink, and then go to the Varnish. But and Varnish absolutely deserved that Best Bar in America Spirit Award, 100%.
Yeah.
But so that legacy team, and Alan Katz and Danielle Crouch are here today. Like Danielle Crouch is on the legacy team. They opened Kanye Rum Bar in downtown LA.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So now,
Big fan. Big fan.
So now they're based in Las Vegas. They opened a bar called Jammy Land, which is not pajamas, but it's jammy as in Jamaica. So the idea, and they're both like world-class bartenders. And
that's not on the show.
No, it's in the downtown like Arts District.
Okay.
We've been there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Indoor, outdoor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Jerk chicken.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
reggae.
Yeah. Carrie sent us there.
Oh yeah. Of course she did. Of course she did. Of course she did. And they're homies, and they were part of the production team since day one, actually, of Art Band of Glass. So, but ever since they moved to Vegas, it's been tough to get them here. So the fact that they're even here today is amazing. And like jamming, it's so great. I mean, the idea even is great. But they might be coming back to LA. So
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so. I had such a great time there.
Yeah.
It was. I think we got there like on a Thursday evening on our 3-day trip, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that was the first place we went to because Carrie said so. And I just remember after talking with the bartender there, talking with a couple of the managers and things like that, they told us every other place you go to, a speakeasy across the street that we never would have seen,
Oh wow!
even though it was right there in
Okay.
plain sight.
Yeah.
We never would have thought to go there if
Yeah.
not for us talking to the staff at January.
Amazing.
We had such a great time at that speakeasy
Yeah.
that we hung out there longer than we intended. And then went to another bar that they told us about. It was probably the most fun I had on that trip as far as just what we like to do.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you're going to go to Vegas and,
Sure.
party and have fun, but as far as what we really like to do, learn about cocktails, learn about people, learn about the area, that was the most fun on the first day, in the first few hours. It really was. I love January.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that area.
it's great.
Like, I love Kanye, so
Yeah.
we'll definitely love Jamieland.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Whether they're here or we got to go to Vegas to see him.
Yeah. I think they're coming back to LA.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I even remember the bartender we were talking about kind of saying something. Not about that, because this is obviously 3 years ago, but something about they used to live here or someone used to live here and they moved there for the Land
both
concert.
Alan and Danielle. Yeah. So Danielle is working the Legacy Bar right now.
But one thing I wanted to speak to is because, like, what you did in terms of going from being a member of the industry to being a platform for other people that are in the industry is essentially what we've been trying to do. Or what we're transitioning into doing, because we all work in the industry, want to continue working in the industry, but it's being a platform for other people in the industry. So I guess, like, if you just speak to, like, your passion for the industry that has pushed you into becoming not just a member of the industry, but a platform for the rest of the people that are still in the industry. Like, it's just such an interesting passion that you kind of taken on that we are running behind your trailblazing.
I mean, it's what we've been very, very lucky of. Like, I don't know if you were there when I was reading Zara's speech. Yeah. And she's so eloquent, and it like her message is exactly what has been our driving force since day one, has been to showcase bartender artistry, right? And so, like, bartenders, not just in LA, but like everywhere, they're so creative, right? And LA isn't the only city we've done Art in the Glass. We've done Art in the Glass in Chicago, New York, Oakland, and every city that we've done it in, the community has been so excited, so welcoming, and so creative, you know? And the first city we ever did an Art in the Glass outside of LA was Oklahoma City, which may not be the first place you think of, but but the community there, oh my God, like, so creative, so welcoming. And the way it has happened, and I don't know if I have enough time to ramble about this, but there was, I don't know if you guys remember, like, there was a few years ago, not a few, several years ago, there was this awful attack on a nightclub in Paris. And it happened like on a Friday. And our boss said, and I work for, my day job is with LA Tourism. So our boss and all we were doing was like looking at CNN and these awful stats come. And so our boss is like, everybody just go home. We're just going to be looking at this awful news. So I don't know if you guys have been or heard of Barkeeper in Silver Lake. Yeah. So my first instinct was, I'm going to go to Barkeeper, buy a bunch of booze, and just go home and nest. And just like, because, and it was just an awful day for news, at least. And then I walk in, I'm just like looking at stuff. And then I overhear, and so at the time the owner was Joe Keeper. His name's actually Joe Keeper. And he's a guru when it comes to bitters. And he literally has a wall of bitters. But he sold the business now, but like, there's a wall of bitters, like literally bitters from all around the world. And this tall, like really tall, like bald dude, it looks like the lead singer from Midnight Oil. Like, he's like, you guys are probably too young to know who that is, but like, Joe's like, I'll take all of these bitters. These are great. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like, who are you? Like, and this guy Josh was like, oh, I've never been to LA before, so I'm like, trying to like introduce my bitters to LA. I'm like, well, I got nothing to do, so let's go. Let's, I know a few people,
Yeah.
and he didn't have like these little samples. He had like a briefcase with like full size like bitters bottles and like Angostura size. I'm like, who brings that?
You planning to sell all of that?
Like, right? Like, you can actually do these. But anyway, so and like this was on a Friday afternoon, and um
So weekend warrior there.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, let's start with the Normandy Club. And at the time, the manager was Daniel Un, who's now in Hong Kong. And Josh has, and his selling point was like, these are all organic. He makes them himself, kind of like Miracle Mama Bitters, who's cured today. But so he puts this briefcase onto the bar, and I go, Daniel, this is Josh. He's trying to introduce his bitters, and he tastes some of the bitters, and by the way, the key lime bitters, world class. But Daniel's like, well, you pour like, you pour it on your wrist, and he's like, I'll take them all. I'm like, oh, okay. And then my next stop was, at the time, was Clifton's Cafeteria, because I knew the guy that was running the bar, the Butterfly Bar, Chris Amaro, who's moved way beyond that. And same thing. It's like, oh, I'll take them all. And I'm like, oh, okay, 2 for 2. That's great. And then where do we go next? Oh, we went to General Lee's in Chinatown.
You know that very well.
Yeah. And at the time, my friend Chris Day was running the bar, and he actually, he tried the key lime bitters, and he made the most delicious daiquiri I've ever had. And he's like, I'll take them all. So I'm like, okay, 4 for 4. That's great. And I forget the last bar we went to, but I was like 5 for 5, honestly. And so he got into all of these great bars, right? And I'm like, you're welcome. And as we're driving around, he's like, so what else do you do besides, so my day job's with Discover LA Tourism, and he's like, what else do you do? And I go, well, I do this thing called RP in the Glass. And he's like, and I describe it to him. He's like, oh, I'll bring that to Oklahoma City, because that's where he's based. I go, yeah, right, you're drunk. That's not gonna happen. And I swear to God, like, he flew back to Oklahoma City with these accounts in hand. And the next week, he's like, all right, I got a venue. The USBG chapter of Oklahoma City is all in. Venue's donated. So when do you want to do it?
Oh, shit.
And we never done an event outside of LA. Yeah. And this was our 5th anniversary year. So Josh made it happen. And he's like, can I come to LA for like the 5th anniversary event, because I want to get to know the event.
Yeah.
He'd already said, like, he's like locked in.
Having not seen the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he volunteered, like, basically what everybody's been doing today, like, hauling ice and doing whatever, just to get to know the event. I'm like, who is this guy? He made it all happen. And so, like, we did 3 years in OKC, and then we did Chicago, New York, and Oakland. And the crazy, like, this is how thoughtful Josh is. Like, he knows I'm a huge Prince fan, as you saw.
Yeah.
And, as with every RP on the Glass event, there's music or cocktails, right? And this venue that he's secured for free, upstairs is literally an art gallery, and downstairs is live music, DJ situation, and kitchen. He got all this free food. I'm like, dude. And then he's like, oh, Daniel, you should go downstairs at 1 p.m. because the band is really good. I go, oh, okay, sure. I go downstairs, and this cover band, all bartender cover band, they start playing Little Red Corvette. And Josh is like, this is for you, Daniel. And it's a 30-minute set of Prince covers. And I'm like, why is it so dusty in here?
He got you. He got you.
Who does that?
Yeah.
And they were really good.
Oh,
So, but this is how when you just randomly encounter people. I mean, this is also our the glass, but like this is when you randomly encounter people that are just good people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as I'm sure all of you have, but like yeah, you know, this industry is amazing. You know, as I said in or read from Zara's note, it's like this industry is amazing. It's so giving, it's so inclusive, and when you have people like Josh, you know, just saying, "I'll make it happen." I'm like, "No, you're drunk," and then the next thing you know, oh shit, we're going to Oklahoma City,
Right.
and that community was so welcoming and creative and really hungry for like, hey, let's get some national attention.
Yeah.
We're OKC, right? And I swear to God, like a year after we did the event there, Food and Wine was like, oh, the best restaurant in America is in Oklahoma City. Oh, you mean where we just were?
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how that attention get brought to OKC?
Right. I mean, so we did 3 more years there. We haven't done it, and we need to go back there. Like,
Yeah.
Let us know where you do so I can go with you.
yeah, for sure. I mean, seriously, it's like it's a great city. It's a great city.
Yeah, I've only been through Oklahoma.
Mm.
I haven't actually spent time.
Yeah.
There's this one kid who, and so you know they have these, you know, just like here, right, where there's different bar stations, and this one kid, I mean, he was a kid to me because I'm almost 60, but like this kid presented a 3-part cocktail that was based on, and I didn't even know this existed, that there's like a state meal for certain states. So Oklahoma
Yeah.
had a state meal, and it's like
Okay.
I can't even remember now. And it was like chicken pot pie, whatever it was, right?
Okay. I'm down for that. Though.
No, it was like, you know, chicken fried steak and whatever, you know, three parts, right? Yeah. No, seriously.
Into OKC. Yeah.
And like, and Zara, who, you know, she was part of the 2 Michelin starred Providence, right? One of the great like bartenders in the country, culinary bartenders. She was a culinary bartender before that was even a thing, and I'll digress. But like, she created a Bloody Mary inside a tomato.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and it was like it got national attention, and it's like a Bloody Mary inside a cherry tomato.
Oh, cherry tomato.
Yeah, not a full tomato, but like
a cherry tomato.
Yeah.
Wow.
So as an amuse bouche, like Providence is like the whole thing is like a tasting menu, you know, 10 courses, whatever. But you know, but the first thing is when you sit down at the bar, like they welcome you, she welcomes you, and she's
no
like,
bar back.
no bar back. Like she would haul. I mean, she would haul in like crates of stuff, like just by herself. But anyway, you know, so one of her muses was like she was serving on a spoon. It was like literally a cherry tomato, and you bite into it, and this Bloody Mary explodes in your mouth. And I'm like, yeah, and it got national attention. And so of course, like once I got to know her, I'm like, okay, you got to tell me, like, how the hell do you do this? She's like, it's so easy. I'm like, and you know, basically, you know, you create the Bloody Mary mix. You know, you pour it into like a giant Ziploc or whatever, and you take all these like cherry tomatoes in season, of course, and poke like pinholes, and just dump all the tomatoes into the Ziploc, seal it, and then apparently the tomatoes just go soak them up. But she also created this. She created a whole series that she called the protein series, where she would recreate dishes as cocktails. And you know, Chef Michael Cimarusti, who's an amazing chef, they just won 3 Michelin stars, nicest guy. And she said, I'm going to create a cocktail based on the oyster brine. So, and it's actually called the liquor of an oyster. And chef actually told her, can't be done. Which, it's literally roll up the sleeve. You do not tell Zara, it cannot be done. And so she experimented, and then she ended up doing this gin yuzu situation, and she served it as a gel in a spoon. And when you bite into it, it's literally the ocean just explodes in your mouth. And the first time she served it to chef as a test, he's like, "God damn it!"
She did it again.
Exactly. And it was. I mean, it literally. I mean, it just looks like the gel tab in a spoon. You bite into it, and the ocean just blows up in your mouth. I mean, anyway. So yeah. So, anyways, long story longer. Back to Oklahoma City, when this kid served like this multi-course cocktail based on the state menu of Oklahoma. Zara tried, and she's like, "This is the best version of a, cocktail as meal I've ever had." And I was trying to explain to Chris, "You have no idea who just told you that. You have no idea." And he's like, "Oh, that's really nice of her to say that." I go, "No, you have no idea. I'm like a Michelin star,
Yeah.
But again, Oklahoma City, great city. Yeah. Yeah.
So, thank you for giving us like such a rich history of how things got started, especially taking us on that journey with Oklahoma City. Before we let you go, because I know you got to get back to work too, they're already calling you on the radio.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
For everyone here who hasn't been to an RP class, if you could just tell them what you want them to kind of walk into and feel, like their reason for going.
Right.
Like, hey, you're already knowing you're missing out on the party, but it's more than a party. It's about the community and things like that. So you as co-founder of it, what is your message to those out there who are looking forward to their first RPM class?
I would say for anyone that hasn't been to RPM Glass, yes, it's a party, it's a festival, and it's a celebration of bartenders, their artistry, the cocktails, but it is bartender-created paintings and photography. All of the bands and the DJs are bartenders, and it's also a celebration of not just in LA, but across the country, like how creative bartenders are. And we've always been, since day one, it's been a fundraiser for a local arts charity, and over the years, we've raised over $250,000 for different arts charities. And so, that when you're participating, when you're buying a ticket, going to this event, you're supporting a good cause. You're supporting a vital organization. And you don't have to be, you don't have to drink, actually, because there's plenty of bars that do non-alcoholic drinks, and we welcome that as well. We just want you to celebrate the arts. And I think that there's fewer and fewer events where, I think relatively speaking, it's affordable, and compared to a lot of events, and what you get for this festival is, I think, an amazing bang for the buck, if you will. But and it's just a great way to celebrate the city, not just Los Angeles, but hopefully we'll be going back to other cities again soon. So we welcome you, and we'd love to have you here.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you so much for coming on and
Thank you.
sharing that wealth of history of the entire event space, the entire festival. Because people need to know about it, and people need to know what they're missing out on. And even people that are here may not know that history that you're sharing with us, so that we can get that context. And we just appreciate you so much for starting this event and allowing us to be now a part of it.
We're so glad you're here, though. Seriously, we really appreciate you guys, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Seriously, man.
Many more.
For sure, man. For sure. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you guys.
We've been having everyone else do a shout out to RP on the Glass. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having the events. This would be a great opportunity for one of the co-founders to say to everyone else, whatever it is you would like to say to everyone who is in attendance.
Okay. Which camera?
This one right here for you.
to everyone that has been here and contributed to Art Behind the Glass, thank you so much. And for those of you that haven't been, we welcome you and we hope to see you soon. But this year, as with every year, we cannot be more honored and more grateful for all of you that have volunteered your time. And it's like, especially the production team, but also Catch One, this incredible venue that's been donated once again. And we just want to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
So
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Thank you guys.
Of course.
Seriously.
Thank you for your time.